Today we are talking about focus system. This is the biggest secret weapon used by every successful person. They are masters at this. If you want to focus better, all you need is these 7 steps, but it's not just motivation principles. You can't learn this stuff in a book. This mind system is how to engineer your brain to think and act how you want. If you can do this on command, you win. I read thousands of books and paid thousands of dollars to only learn. This single cheat code sums up 90% of what I learned about focus. It is a foundational system that powers everything, and I'm just going to give it to you. This is my full focus system playbook. I break down video into 7 checkpoints. Okay, so first major checkpoint during any task is setting up the environment. Before you do anything else, you need to make your workspace optimized for focus. Here's a quick example. If you see ice cream in your fridge, you would most likely eat it. It takes a lot of willpower and motivation to beat that temptation. So why do you have ice cream in your sight from first place, wasting your willpower? Simply removing it will make it much easier. This principle works for your workspace. There are 2 types of distractions, external and internal. Main goal of first checkpoint is to remove all external distractions. Before we get to it, we need to first understand 3 stages of behavior. Let's reverse engineer your behavior of checking social media. You check social media because you heard notification from your phone next to you. In this example, you checking your phone is behavior caused by app notification, which is the trigger. You might think simply putting do not disturb mode will solve all the issue. Here's the problem. You will start to feel FOMO. Fear of missing out when you have awfully quiet phone next to you. This is when the final stage comes in, which is the mental gap. Mental gap is anything that makes the trigger easy to affect you, which is having phone right next to you in this case. The mental gap will allow triggers to form easily, making you do certain behaviors like checking your social media. So now you know removing mental gap is fixing the root cause of the problem. Here are a few actionable steps you can take right now. First, turn your phone off and hide it in the furthest room from your study space. This will cause you to not have any trigger for behavior, and the friction of getting up, walking all the way to where your phone is and waiting for your phone to turn on will make you more likely just continue to work. Second, download website blockers. I personally use Cold Turkey Blocker and Undistracted for my MacBook. Third, make your workspace minimalistic. Remove any object that you don't need for your work block, such as random papers or trash near your table. This first step is the most important step, which is why it is the first checkpoint. And if you skip any of these 7 steps, system won't work. Second checkpoint is to write a distraction log. Distraction log is simply having a piece of paper next to you and writing every single distraction whenever it occurred with the time it happened. You need to write distraction and time in first 2 columns and create space for 2 more columns, making it total 4 columns. At the end of the day, you will fill the 3rd column with triggers of the distraction and 4th with the mental gap or environment that caused the trigger. Final step is to choose the environment that caused the most triggers and remove it for the next day. You repeat these steps, and you will automatically have best setup for your workspace. The 3rd checkpoint is domino hurdle. You might have guessed it from the name, but it essentially is starting with the easiest step that even laziest person can do. Let me give you an example. You want to study for the math test. You start with taking a deep breath and telling yourself that it is time for studying. You then turn your phone off and walk to furthest space from your workspace. You hide your phone in the spot and walk back to your room. You then sit down and open the first page of the study material and choose the easiest math problem to start solving. That's it. Simple as that. One application for people who enjoy efficiency like myself is to open the study material and open all the tabs needed for the homework the night before so it is ready next morning. 4th checkpoint is smart scheduling. You might have heard of making a to-do list for 3 most impactful tasks. While that can work, it is missing minor details. We will use Eisenhower matrix, which is basically categorizing your task into 4 different categories. The categories are urgent and important, not urgent but important, urgent but not important, and not urgent and not important. You want to fill your schedule with the first category for urgent and important task, but leave 30 minutes to an hour for not urgent but important task, which includes tasks such as learning new skills and going to gym for workout. It is also important to leave the last 1 to 2 hours of the day only for rest. Since you had time block for deep work during the day, you need to reward yourself with rest and peace without needing to feel guilty of resting. This will give you energy to continue to work next day. Let me give you my schedule as an example, and you can modify it depending on your schedule. I have 2 blocks of 4 hours deep work session with 50 minutes work to 10-minute Pomodoro. I recommend not making one time block more than 4 hours since it can dramatically decrease quality of your focus. If you are planning to do 1 deep work block in the morning and 1 in the afternoon, find out which time of the day allows best quality of focus and schedule harder tasks that needs more brain energy according to your body. If you made it this far into this video, you already learned more than half of the system. Next checkpoint includes a technique people don't talk about enough since they don't think it is related to focus. Let me show you why it is important. Fifth checkpoint is diet and sleep. How is diet related to focus? Let me ask you if you ever felt drowsy 1 or few hours after eating a meal. Blood sugar spike can cause you to feel tired or sleepy, and it is a sign that you might want to eat a little healthier. If you decide that you don't want to change your diet, walking for 20 to 30 minutes in fast pace can help you prevent those spikes. Sleep can be directly related to your focus, and also the memory of what you learned. Imagine writing a 1,000-word English essay and not saving it at the end. That is what you are doing to your body when you aren't getting your necessary hours of sleep, instead of studying a few more hours the night before the exam. Sleeping early and studying in the morning will make you obtain more information for the exam. How do you calculate how much sleep you need without those paid sleep apps that doesn't even work? You can take advantage of long breaks and try to wake up without any alarms and measure your natural sleep hours. You need to repeat for 4 to 5 days in order to get accurate results. If you are afraid of missing class without alarm, just sleep 2 hours earlier and set the alarm to the time when it is your last line of defense for not being late to school or work. Sixth checkpoint is meditation. There are 2 main benefits of meditation related to your focus. First one is improving your focus muscles. If you meditate 20 minutes every day for 1 month, I guarantee you will dramatically improve your quality of focus. Since meditation is like going to gym for focus muscles, you will get better at it the more you practice it. The second benefit is removing internal distraction. Do you remember me talking about the 2 types of distractions? I never explained internal distraction because I was saving that for this checkpoint. If you have any chain of thoughts that is distracting you, practicing even for 3 minutes of meditation can help you remove those thoughts. There are also meditation where you can catch 2 birds in 1 stone. When I talked about blood sugar spikes earlier, I told you to walk for 20 to 30 minutes. Just walking with your phone turned off without any music is also a type of meditation. Try this when you are going between classes or going to work. Just try to exist in the world or walk without looking at your phone. Your brain will thank me for letting it rest during the day. I personally use a free app called Medito or Insight Timer, but you can choose whatever app that works for you. The last and 7th checkpoint is increasing the stakes of your game. According to cave theory, people usually seek for short-term rewards, which is why video games are so addicting. This is why we need to program our brain to make this task directly related to survival instinct by increasing the consequences of failing to do the task. I got this idea when I wanted to wake up early every morning. I joined a group chat for which I had to pay $50 as a deposit, and I would lose it after being late to attendance in the group chat. This increased the consequences of not waking up early, which caused me to wake up early every day. You can do this with your friends or your family using monetary punishment. If you are a university student, you can write on a piece of paper saying, "Do you want to graduate late while your friends graduate on time?" Or you can download an iOS app called ScreenZen and have that message pop up whenever you want to unlock an app. If you made it to the end of the video, comment down what techniques you use personally that works and share it with others.